Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Boar Reborn, episode 22 now. We're getting close on to B's modern days game. We're only 10 away.
You going?
You had 32 episodes.
Oh, I
So,
thought you meant next.
yeah.
I was panicking. Don't do that to me.
No.
Okay.
No,
Jesus.
No, Ben, he's
Probably got another 5
Ben
years
is
before we
just-
get around to that again.
Ben's running next, so
Yeah.
we're looking forward to that.
Allegedly.
So, no, I am looking forward to it. It's just allegedly that you're running it. So, anyway, where did we get to last time? We had discovered a second part of the prophecy in the library of the Fox Clan. We have who was it? It's Ryataru and Heichi had gone to the Little Woodland Shrine to Inari with Aiko and Yuki, and was chatting to the silent monk, who gave you, after a little bit of interpretation of his sign language, he gave you access to a box, which you decided to take back to the library in the Fox Clan. So we're going to introduce the players, and then we're going to start with everybody who isn't Ben or Kyle. So we're going to start with Mr. Ian. Can you introduce yourself and your character, please?
Hi, I'm Ian. I play Heichi Akihiro, the only real master swordsman of the group.
Miss B.
Hi, I'm B. I play Heichi Xiaofan, one of the two excellent Shugenjas. We're superior. There you go.
Mr. Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy. I play Takahiro, the leader of the group.
Mr. Kyle.
I'm Kyle. I play Heichi Ryataru, the archer.
Mr. Ben.
I'm Ben, and I play Heichi in what's probably one of the most unfortunate naming coincidences. And he's a tattooed order monk.
And finally, Mr. Ken.
I'm Ken. I play Heichi Takahashi, the other amazing Shugenja who are just the best.
No rivalry between anything there.
No
rivalry
between us, no.
No. Anyway, so we're going to move to the library, where I believe Akihiro, Xiaofan, Takahashi, and Takahiro were heading. While Ryataru and Heichi went off to the shrine in the morning. So it is the morning. It is the you are in the library. Who was the library? The name of the library? Oh, hello. And you have access to the library.
Burn it down.
If I remember.
Immediately.
Okay, so do you say fireball?
No.
I just fire superiority or whatever is on. So he
does it.
He burns it down himself.
Is this
Hisano,
is it Hisano? That's it, yeah.
Yeah, so Hisun Hisano is not there this morning, but there's another librarian there.
So there
is people were floating about.
Was it Andy going somewhere else, like looking for something, or had something specific to look for in the library?
No, I
wasn't looking on.
No.
Like where
No. I was just working on the assumption that it's become very clear they haven't searched this library thoroughly because we found a bit. So I just wanted to exhaust searching that.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for anything specific. Sorry, apart from other bits of the prophecy.
I am. I'm looking for a specific thing.
Okay.
which is the dojo of the Silent Strike.
Ooh.
Have we
No.
got all the handouts now? Well, sorry, the three handouts done.
No, you've only got the two parts of the prophecy. The
Yeah.
box has not been opened as yet.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And I'm just about to. But I am just about to put in all the NPCs that you guys have either interacted with or heard about over the last couple of days. So that's just loading up at the minute.
We also could be looking at anything we can find about the sword itself. Was that not one of our lines of inquiry?
I think so.
I think it's on the basis that it's quite dark. Some of the stuff that's come into that second prophecy.
The sword or its sheath is cursed, or it doesn't bode well. Tom, in the chat,
Yes.
in the last session, you've got the answer. What was that the answer to, and
We
what
don't
is
have
that?
that yet. That is stuff that's been found out by the other two. We do not have that information yet.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Got you.
Yeah. That was the riddle the monk did and what you understood. We'll say what Heichi and Ryotaro understood. So yeah. Okay, so let's start with so we have Xiaofan looking for Silent Strike. Akihiro, what were you looking for?
Well, I'll pick up anything I can find in any sort of generic terms about the sword itself, its history, that sort of stuff.
Yep. Okay. Takahiro, you were looking for.
I'm looking for more bits of this prophecy.
What in particular?
I think
more bits of the prophecy.
More bits of the prophecy is what I was really meaning. Yeah.
Okay. And Takahashi, was there anything you were looking for in particular?
Try to get my web browser Windows properly, and just managed to close all the add-ons. I'm still, for now, I'll look for more sections of the prophecy as well. If it's something we can do to kind of combine and boost our success, I could work with Takahiro together. If there's the aid option, or if it's better just searching on our own.
You can do cooperative roles. I'll have to try and remember how they work now. I'll pull that up in a second. So I'll leave you two for a second. We shall go to Xiaofan.
Sure. I'm looking for any information on the dojo of the Silent Strike. You said that the head librarian's not here, right?
Correct.
So, are we being shadowed by any escorting members of the Kitsune clan, or are we left to our own devices in this library?
I would say there is there's nobody obvious that you can see that is following you, but there are people within the library.
Okay. What I want to do then is, if I could do a roll searching for the dojo, but I also, at an opportune moment, want to silently cast, so with my school technique, the under light of Lord Moon to reveal
Yep.
any hidden areas in this library, anything that's deliberately obscured or hidden away.
Okay.
Yep. So,
No.
what role do I need for the dojo part of it?
So if you give investigation.
Okay. I'll put a void point into this because I am wanting to find things, obviously. So, yeah. Decent roll.
Okay. So the Dojo of the Silent Strike is a small dojo that's deep within the Kitsune Mori. It's by invite only. It's where the most promising Fox Clan Bushi go for training. Most Bushi within the Fox Clan are your general fighters. They don't have any specific techniques. But the promising ones goes to Dojo of the Silent Strike. You do have a list. It was actually first formed by Kitsune Tetsuya about 500 years ago.
So it's just a general history of the.
Yeah. It doesn't give. It gives. You can find a list of like the sensei down the ages. It doesn't give you any written techniques or anything like that.
No.
There's no illustrations or anything.
And
loading.
do you want to come back to me for the other thing? Because just come back to me.
So make the roll to actually cast the spell. Obviously, you're casting it, etc. Yep. So you can have that going. From what you see from the areas that you actually get to move around, because I believe it's only like a 10-minute thing anyway. You can't find anything that has been deliberately hidden. You'd have to cast that multiple times if you want to hit the entire library. Okay. But that's going to take you probably around about 45 minutes to an hour to find that information about the dojo. Anything else you want to know before we go over to Akihiro? Nope. Okay. Akihiro, you're looking for descriptions of the sword, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm probably. I'm guessing that won't be too hard, but I'm probably looking for, with the knowledge of the prophecy, linking any of the history with that. So it's probably looking a little bit deeper into what's been said in the prophecy.
Okay, so it's
obviously
finding the story of the sword is actually quite easy, because that's going to be quite a prominent thing within the clan. It was granted to the Fox at the time of its creation by the Emperor. By the time of the Fox Clan's creation by the Emperor. It is, as I say, it's traditional katana with slight curve to it. The hamon, the wave line, is, if you look at it in certain ways, it looks like foxes running along it, which is actually quite impressive because of how they do the hamon. There's a slight curve to it. The Suba, so the handguard, is a silver fox running through vines, but the vines are actually jade. Currently, it is wrapped in the colours of the clan, although it has had different colours. The actual handle is wrapped in the different colours. The Fox Clan, the saya, the sheath, is actually quite plain black lacquered wood. History-wise, give me a quick investigation as you're reading the history of it. Okay, basics. Cool. So you get the feeling that the sword is Neuromanai. It has awakened. It is a magical item, as is most ancestral blades. It interacts with the spirit realms a lot easier than normal blades. Even high quality blades don't interact with the spirit realms and spirits as easily as this does. This is the second time it's been stolen, or it has disappeared. Last time it was returned. There was a fight to get it back, but the first time, but that was returned after a couple. It was found, I believe, after a couple of months. This time it has been gone for 3 generations.
Okay.
There is nothing in the histories that you found that indicates that anything was done to the sword or the scabbard. The time it was stolen beforehand seemed to be opportunistic thieves.
Okay.
Yeah. Although something niggles at the back of your head about what was said about the description of the fight, but I'll quite put your finger on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Again, that's going to take you probably about an hour of reading the histories and going through and double checking what you've got. And for some reason, that's not loading that up. Don't know why. Oh well. I'll see if we'll sort that out later. Takahashi and Takahiro, you were working together, weren't you?
Yep.
Let me just find out about
Well, sorry. I think we are.
roles.
Let me describe what I was planning to do, and then Takahashi say whether he's doing this or doing something different. So my plan simply is, it looks to me like someone has taken a scroll with this prophecy on, torn it in pieces, and then hidden parts of it in the library. And so I'm almost going to do a systematic search, looking for loose pieces of scroll hidden in other things, in books, in other scrolls, and things like that. So I'm doing a systematic search. I don't know if Takahashi is doing something different, but that's what I was intending on doing.
You will be able to. You will know just from the size of this library that to do it methodically and slowly, it will take you weeks to actually go through everything. You got very lucky last time, and you realized that there's almost felt like you were almost being led to it by something.
Okay, well, I should start doing that, and then realize it take a long time. Takahashi, have you got a better idea of how to search this place? Systematically, it's going to take us so long, and one would assume they've already done it, but
well, I think that's the problem. It's such a big library. It's so difficult to search. it would take many people, many days, weeks. I feel that there's something leading us. It's almost maybe the sword wants to be found, or maybe it's the Kitsune spirits that are guiding us. Perhaps if we were to combine our talents, your divination, calling on the Kitsune spirits, and a meditation, maybe a tea ceremony together, or a meditation in the library, opening our minds and hearts to the Kitsune spirits might yield results.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you commune with the spirits and I tried divination, and because I've got the divination sticks, it's not my emphasis. So, but I could have a go with that. Use divination to try and guide me where to search. Yeah.
Yes, but when you do it, I don't know how you do your divination. If you just open your mind, or if you just chuck the sticks without thinking, but or if you kind of open yourself to a specific celestial power or whatever you believe in.
I open my mind and see what happens.
Think about, when you open your mind, think about the Kitsune spirits, the fox spirits with the multi tails. I believe they may be helping us. And Tom,
Okay.
we'll do his thingy first. Does it be possibly quicker than communing?
Yeah, just so you guys know, cooperative roles. Basically, if for every person up to 2 people helping, if they have the same skill as the primary roller, so you can have up to 3 people working on the same thing. Each person past the primary roller just gives the primary roller an additional die to roll if they are trained in that skill.
Not keep, just roll.
Just roll, yeah.
Okay, so I think it's better, Ken, you and I doing different things. So
yeah,
I'll do divination, and you then. Okay, so Tom, I'm going to sit in the middle of the library. Get out my, I forget the name of the divination stick things. I forgot what the proper name of them is. And think follow Takahashi's suggestion. Think about the fox, the three is it the multi-tailed fox spirits, and then
the Kitsune,
and then use my divination skill to just try to guide me where to continue searching. Yeah, and so game mechanics wise, essentially I'm trying to use divination to then guide me where to then go and do an investigation roll, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Slightly different way of doing it, but I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Kabaru. I think I don't know how it's pronounced properly, but K-A-W-A-R.
Yeah, I've got that written down somewhere.
Kabaru, yeah.
Kabaru.
Yeah. Okay, so divination once per day. So this is your divination of the day.
Okay.
So target number. Is going to be 15. Yeah. Yeah. So do you want to put any raises into it? Do you want to put any void points into it?
I'm going to spend a void point to add one. Keep one. I don't have. It's not. I'm not using my emphasis, so I will put 2 raises and make it target number 25.
Okay.
Okay, which I should hopefully hit. Of course,
39. Okay.
So all I'm trying to do is get guidance on where to search
Yeah.
within the library. Yeah.
Yep. You're pulled in. It feels like there's a slight tug at your kimono, the hem of your kimono,
Hmm.
as if it's been bitten and pulled. And then you feel another one, and it's two different directions.
Okay. So I shall say to the others, I still think there's two pieces of the prophecy in this library, and I shall then go for the first where I was tugged the direction I was tugged in the 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll search in that direction. So you just want a straight investigation roll?
No, what happens is that you are led to Xiaofan.
Okay. Xiaofan,
You okay?
apparently you are potentially the source of part of the prophecy, or what you search for is part of the prophecy. What you have found is part of the prophecy.
I'm looking for the dojo. I found here some information. The dojo apparently is in the Kitsune Mori. I was going to see if there was a groundskeeper. Do you remember at the picnic? I
Yes.
believe that would also be his purview because of the Kitsune. I'm not sure whether it's just the castle or the. Tom, do I know if the Kitsune Mori is part of the castle grounds or if it's his own separate entity?
So you are the Kitsune Koiden, the castle, is in the Kitsune Mori. However, the groundskeeper would only be keeping the grounds of the castle.
Okay, all right. Perhaps that is a bit of a long shot, but
No,
somebody that perhaps.
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
No, I'm spitballing ideas because I think that I don't know whether your meditation has brought me here because of that. It's the only thing I can think of. I don't have anything on me other than that.
No, I think my divination has guided me to you. So either you know something, or more likely, the subject you search for is connected to the prophecy. So I think this dojo is connected. Either a part
Yeah.
is part of the prophecy is hidden there, or there is some clue to the location of the sword there.
Yeah, I can't remember why this is B speaking, by the way, because I can't remember why I even wrote this down as a thing to look up. But so it must have been part of maybe the first where it is in my notes. I think it was part of the first prophecy that we saw.
Um,
That somehow
was the name was originally mentioned by I think Sora, sorry, the guards that not sorry, not Saru, sorry, Kanko, the samurai who Akihiro was talking to. He's the one who mentions the dojo.
right. Just wondering where
So not Kanko Dero, so Dero, not Kanko Dero.
Dero.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know whether I have it written down, so I would think that Xiaofan would have heard it. Like for me to have written it down, it's something
You
that
know what
I know that
talking
Xiaofan knows.
when you said it, I couldn't remember when it was, but I remember we all we were all together speaking about it
Something,
somewhere.
yeah. It was definitely mentioned with a bunch of us, rather than me, because I have that conversation between Akihiro and Diro. I had a feeling was off to the side and wasn't like something that we're
Yes,
just
but
gonna
it was
casually.
where Diro suggested for the training with Akihiro, and
Yeah,
Akihiro
yeah,
mentioned it.
I think Akihiro
right.
relayed the name of this dojo
The
when we
name.
when we all got together and did that spell to
Ian,
us to talk. Is that right, Ian?
Is that right, Ian?
I don't remember there being a specific place where he was going to be doing the training, if I'm being
Doing
honest.
the
But
training,
you two keep way better notes than me.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like literally written after Heichi was speaking with Aiko about Gohai's treatments, and just before we received the prophecy, or were talking about it for me to write it down. So in between that time, it must have got mentioned. Obviously, I don't want to be certain. It's already done now, but I hope that I haven't accidentally searched for something that Xiaofan didn't have actual knowledge of. But I'm
No, you had knowledge of.
I
Yeah.
think definitely Akihiro mentioned it because I've noted it down as well, and I'm trying because there's a couple of
keep
things
it
that have been not
in character
mentioned.
notes. Yeah.
So I've
Yes.
started only recording what my character has heard because I was getting too confused.
Same. Okay, so in that case, yeah, she'll relay that. But hey, wasn't it the samurai that Akihiro was speaking to? They mentioned the dojo. We should speak with Akihiro, yeah, and then presumably we go off and find Akihiro.
Well, just before you do that, Tom,
yeah.
you said there were 2 tugs at my my kimono. Have I missed the opportunity to follow the direction that the second one of those is going to take me, or fine if it has? I just want to check. I just don't want to miss out if it's still possible.
Do you know what? Give me just a quick meditation roll. See if you can still sense the
I don't
Nikitsu.
think. Have I got meditation?
If you don't,
I do not have
you can
meditation.
either roll. You can you can roll it untrained, or you can just give me a straight void roll.
I will roll it untrained. It rolls. Does it roll off your maximum void rather than your not spent void? Doesn't
Yes.
matter that.
Yes.
Meditation.
So say when you're doing a void roll, it'll roll off your maximum, not your current.
19.
Yeah.
Almost max.
Yep.
Good roll, Tortoise.
You go back. You do sense this fox, this kitsune spirit, and it pulls you now in a slightly different direction from when you were before, but it pulls you over to a window that overlooks part of the gardens.
Okay. I shall just stand at that window and study what I can see through there. And it's probably a good point to cut to Ken and let Takahashi do his communing with spirits.
Yes.
Because it might be I could see
Takahashi.
I could see Takahashi out there or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It leads you to Takahashi doing a spell.
Yeah. Takahashi.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. So I want to do a commune with. Normally we've communed with Kami. The Kitsune are not Kami either; they're spirits.
Correct.
Can I commune with them, or is it a complete field of
No, you can commune with them, but it would be slightly more difficult. You, as a Shugenja, you are aware and you have interacted with the spirits, but your particular training aligns you more with the elements as opposed to the spiritual world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can try and commune with a Kitsune, but it would be more difficult.
Let's try that then.
Okay. So commune as normal is target number 10, I believe.
Yes.
So I'm going to increase that to target number 20
Okay.
for the
Yes,
same
so
effect as the normal commune spell.
does it matter which element I choose to cast it with, as it's a spirit?
You would think because it's Kitsune, it would either be earth or air would be more likely than
Okay.
water or fire.
Okay. I'll use earth then.
Yep.
And I'm going to put a void point in.
Okay. Are you putting any raises in?
Yeah, in a minute. Hang on. Let me just do it. I changed it. So to make it target number 20, I changed it to level 3, don't I?
Yes.
It's 5 per
I believe
raise,
so.
isn't it? It goes up 5 per
Yes.
raise. Yeah, so that would be target number 20. Okay, so bonus 1, keep 1. Okay, so I don't know what I'm rolling keeping.
You generally keep your rolls. You'd roll element plus school, keeping elements. I believe that's right.
Element plus school. 8, keeping 4, 9, keeping 4. Okay. And so, what can I can use the raises for the same.
Yes, same things.
More
So like
questions
more.
or more information. Yeah. I don't know what I want to ask it. And it's going to be meta too much if I ask it for show where all of the scrolls are. I reckon it's only going to give me the location
Don't forget, it's only got a 20-foot range anyway.
Right. Okay. But that, yeah.
So,
but I'm only doing the Kitsune. The Kitsune go further than the Kami, don't they? Kami are only in a certain area. Kitsune move around.
oh, they're completely free roaming. So Kitsune spirits are also known as the messengers of Inari, one of the major fortunes. So they have access to the entirety of Rokugan and various spirit realms.
Yeah. So I'm going to put definitely one raise in. 25. I should be able to do 25. I reckon. I'm going to put 2 raises in. Actually,
Okay, target number 30. And
Yeah.
are you doing that for additional questions or additional information?
I think one for additional. So I get 1 question, do I?
You get 2 questions as standard.
2 questions as standard. Okay. I'm going to put definitely 1 raise for more information.
Yeah.
For greater information and thing is, when you can't think of any questions, that when you start asking, you get more questions.
Yeah.
To answer, or
So, well,
do we for more information? I'm going to go for I'm going to go for 1 raise for. Do I go for 3 questions with raise on information, or 2 questions with 2 raise on information? I'm going to go for 2 questions this time with 2 raises for information.
Sure.
Okay. If I make it.
If you make it.
After all that.
Yeah. So you're looking at target number 30 at the minute.
Yeah.
35. Okay. Ask your first question.
So, do I see the kitsune this time? Because you don't normally see them, do
Yes.
you? Am I
No,
aware of
at this point,
talking?
yeah, this
Sorry.
time you do actually see a kitsune with 3 tails come and sit in front of you. It's paying attention to you, but every now and again it will glance up at the main castle, or in the direction of the main castle, anyway.
Right. Okay. I want to be looking for a scroll, but I'm also being distracted by the glancing of up at the castle.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Greetings and blessing to you, spirit of Inari. Can you tell me why your kind are, in detail, why your kind are avoiding Go High, Kitsune Go High, and the repeated glances in his direction? Repeated furtive glances in his direction.
This one actually speaks with a human voice.
Right.
And it comes across as quite polite. Certainly, there is an imbalance within Go High that has taken him away from the spirit of his clan. There is a need and a pressure on him, and he does not smell right anymore. He has become more angry and short of temper because of this imbalance.
Okay. I'll pause and ponder what that imbalance the spirit might. So by imbalance, they're talking about imbalance of the elements, I would guess, are they?
More spiritual imbalance because
Spiritual imbalance.
they're potentially probably more spiritual balance because that's where their affinity is. But there could be an elemental imbalance as well because there is a lot of crossover between elemental and spiritual, but they're more attuned to the spiritual side.
Right. Okay.
And we're back. Sorry about that, technical issues. So, Takahashi, your second question.
Still hasn't thought about it. You had so long.
Yeah, but I've got so many ideas, so many possibilities. I don't know whether to because I don't want to keep on chucking spell slots and void slots into it. But I mean, I could go again and again. But I don't know whether to carry on with. I mean, I suppose it makes sense to use it. again and again, because this is what we're doing, isn't it? We are searching. We are. It would make sense. That is my skill set. So why would I hold back and do it? So actually, do I think the kitsune would know enough if I rest it, whether it would be able to tell what was causing the imbalance down to whether it was Marhos, a blood magic spell, or a Shadowlands taint? Would it be would it be would it be able to ascertain that, or would it just still come back with, oh, it's unbalanced, it's imbalanced, I don't like it, kind of thing?
I'll allow you to make a roll spirit realms. If you don't have spirit realms, then it would be straight law Shugenja or straight intelligence roll. Tell me
I've
what
got
you're doing so I know.
Shadowlands, theology, or agriculture?
Nope, Shadowlands, theology, and agriculture will not help you with that. So it'll be straight intelligence roll then.
I'll find intelligence.
Roll 22. They. Ooh, okay. They probably would not know the Rokugani name for Maho. But they would know the difference between a spiritual imbalance and an elemental imbalance. And they may know more. You're not 100%.
Okay. Well, so they're in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to press this Kitsune spirit to I would like to find out more about this imbalance you mentioned. I'm happy. I'm content if you wish to go away and talk to your fellow spirits, but I'd like as much information on the balance and what exactly is causing it that you can give me.
Choices were made, and he meets with people who are more unbalanced with the elements, who have the whiff of Koku about them. You know, Jikoku is basically hell.
Hell.
Yeah. The realm of Fuleng.
Fuleng, yeah, so it's another word for fooling shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, I'm going to try to keep the spirit there talking to me with another commune.
Okay.
Is that, or would you do a different one?
You could, you'd have to make the roll again. Target number 20 again as standard.
Yeah.
Actually, because they're already there, I'm going to drop the target number to 18 for this one.
Okay. Bear with me, just.
And then you can put as many raises in again as you need.
Yeah. I will put another void point in again. That's another one, and I'll put. Okay, I'll put 2 raises in again.
Okay, target number 28. Both for information or for an additional questions.
I'll go for additional questions this time. So one.
2 more questions.
No, I'll go for one for more information. So it's a bit more information than the basic one, and then 3 questions.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it. 36. Yeah.
Then look at the bloody die rolls. Okay, so first question. So we're going to go back now onto the original thing for the scrolls. Can I kind of do 3 questions in one? I mean, because it's game mechanics versus kind of thing in there. I just want to ask it to help me find 3 parts of the scroll. So if I kind of combine that into one single question, that's the 3 questions in one sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that. One is buried. One is in the school, and it leads to a silent pool. Sorry, the silent pool. Pools. The silent pools.
So one's buried, one's in the school, and that leads to the silent pools.
Yeah.
Is that? And do I get the idea that the third is in the silent pools, that the second one in the school leads to? Is that what it's telling me?
No, you get the feeling that the sword is in the silent pools.
Oh, okay.
But that's all you get.
I think that'll do for now. I think that's quite good.
Cool. So that's probably taken you the hour as well. So the hour that all 4 of you have spent in the library. You still got 1 hour. You still got a couple of hours before Heichi and Ryotaro return. Is there anything else you guys want to do, or do you want to wait for them?
Yeah, I want to talk to Taka, because really I was doing this with Takahiro. What was it? He was doing his meditation. So I'm gonna, first thing when I finished, is go over and I see Takahiro looking out of the window, and just go and ask him, Takahiro-san, how did the divination go? What are you looking at?
Well, it gave me 2 points of guidance, and one led me to Xiaofan. So I think there is something there, either to do with her or more likely the subject she searches for. And the other led me to this window, and I've been staring through it since.
What are we, Tom? Or what are we looking at out of the window?
Yeah, what have I seen so far?
You've seen basically part of the garden. You see a couple of people wander across in the last few minutes, and as you're talking to Takahashi, you'll see Kaito Shiro actually pushing a wheelbarrow.
This is the gardener guy.
I knew it.
I think he is of interest.
That's interesting, Takahiro, because when I was communing with the kitsune, I was told one of the pieces is buried. And what better place to bury a piece of the scroll than in the garden that you were also pointed to? And there's a gardener that digs.
So, okay. Let us. I know Xiaofan has an interest in him. Let us catch up with the other two. Yeah. So we'll go and find the other two in the library.
Should I?
Yeah.
Whilst Takahiro had gone off to look out of a window forever, and Takahashi was doing his commune. After what Takahiro had said to Xiaofan, I think Xiaofan went to find Akihiro and inform him to get him up to date with what she knows of what Takahiro had said. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So you four are all up to speed, and you can all be together quite easily at this point.
So I wanted to ask Akihiro about his chat with Dero. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Is that?
Sorry, is this is the samurai?
The warrior guy. Yeah,
Bushi.
yeah.
Okay.
The Bushi. Yeah, that's it. So Akihiro, you went at the picnic. You were speaking with one of the samurai there, Dero. Kitsune Dero.
Yes.
He mentioned, or you mentioned that he mentioned that about the dojo, the silent strike. Takahiro and Takahashi were doing a little bit of spiritual investigation, and Takahiro, his meditation had led him to believe that what I was searching for, which was about the dojo, was important, and the next steps in our discovering more of this prophecy. Obviously, you spoke with Dero. Is there anything that you can remember that potentially might help us?
Not about the place in particular. We talked generally about fighting styles and potentially sparring, doing a bit of training to learn what we could from each other's particular styles.
Do you think then that this Kitsune Dero might know where the dojo is and potentially have been asking you to do this sparring in the dojo? It would be a great way to go there.
Very possibly. I can certainly find him. Like, sorry, just out of character quickly. Wasn't he also the one who was bodyguarding Ryoshi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
that's him.
Yes, of course. Yeah. If it can be arranged, I'll see what I can do.
That would give us an excellent opportunity to be able to figure out if there's anything around the dojo whilst you are sparring.
I would, Akihiro, if you would be willing. I have realised, as you've possibly seen me starting to use the mahjong, that I need to improve my fighting skills. Would you spar with me to help me learn? Clearly, I will. I have no match for you, but I might be able to pick up something from such a great master. And the other guy.
There's no gaining false flattery, Takahashi.
It's not.
I understand my ability compared to perhaps your slightly more limited skills, but that's not a reason for you not to seek advancement and enlightenment through improvement. So yes, I'm more than happy to spar with you. It might make it fairer if we both spar with my Chong, and then obviously my skills with the spear are limited compared to my sword skills.
Excellent. Thank you, Akihiro-san. Much honour upon you. He's lost for words. Look.
Akihiro's so uncomfortable right now. He's like,
You guys to me? Whilst we're talking, before we get started on the other stuff, just quickly, I know Takahiro is probably right in that the spirits were directing him to you because you were on the right path. But just to avoid missing something, is it not worth looking around the location where you were standing at the time to see if there's a scroll hanging around in the books and stuff where you were standing?
yes, I was actively looking around the area, both.
Brilliant.
And she kind of does that look around to see if anybody's listening. So she goes, both physically and spiritually, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
And sorry, what was that, Takahiro?
No, you carry on. Sorry.
We can go back there, but I'm fairly sure I exhausted the area. Just in case. Tom, did I notice anything whilst I was there searching, doing an investigation?
No.
And I don't believe that I personally have any link to this particular story or have anything on me that would be. So it must be what Takahiro said, that what I was searching for, my path.
Yeah. So, what was there anything else? So, I'll start. Takahiro was, when I spoke to him, said that he had another pull towards the window for a location. From my talking to the Kitsune directly, they intimated that one of the pieces is buried. And I just, when I went over to see Takahiro and we were looking at the garden, I thought that's too much of a coincidence that he's pointed to a garden, something's buried. There's a perfect connection there, in my mind at least, that maybe a piece of the scroll is buried in the garden. I was also informed that another piece is hidden in the school.
Dojo. Yes. You must have. Well, you heard me speaking with Akihiro just now.
Is
Perhaps
that the
that is
school?
the next step.
Is there
The
not another
dojo,
school? Is that the only school there is? It's not like a school for kids to learn. I just wondered if that was.
The Fox Clan now for the Shugenja? Is that not a Shugenja school?
Yes, there is.
Is there only one? Or is
There's
there two?
So there's they're known for their Shugenja school. They have their own Shugenja school. You weren't aware of the martial school, but then the standard school for like standard education for families tends to be tutors instead of an actual school. So the only schools that you would think of would be the Shugenja and the dojo.
we could check out both places. Let's try the dojo first. I have a feeling that this is more linked.
Oh, I think we should
it has
talk
already
to
been mentioned. Sorry.
Sorry, I interrupted. I think we should look at the garden first.
Whilst we're here, we are right here. On the front of the school, I was given a bit more information that these clues will lead to something or somewhere called the Silent Pools, which are actually where the sword is located.
Tom, have I ever heard historically of somewhere called the Silent Pools?
You can give me a roll. It's going to be quite a high DC.
Yep, I fully expected that to be the answer.
Depending, you're going with. Tell me which law you're going with.
History. 28.
Go for it. 28. No.
Okay, fair enough. Worth a try.
I did
None.
the same
No.
with theology.
Sure. Any raises or voids?
No, I'm not that good at it.
No. Okay.
No.
With theology, it sounds mystical in nature more than geographical.
Mhm.
Because what pool is silent?
Stagnant ones. Sorry.
No, you still get noises from them. You'll hear like
Yeah.
the mosquitoes buzzing and things like that.
All right.
So, are you guys off into the garden then? Are you stopping for anything, or are you just heading straight out there?
I am just making a mental note of exactly where Xiaofan was standing, just in case Takahashi is right and it's worth going back and searching that location again. I think I just was like as a fallback, but then I'm going into the garden.
I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think it's too obvious what I was. I just didn't want to miss a trick.
No. I quite agree. I quite agree.
Maybe
Another walk
that's
in the
sneaky.
garden sounds nice.
Walk in the garden, no problem.
As we're
So, yeah.
walking, I'll whisper to Xiaofan. I found out some more information about Gohai. At some point, we could do with that shielded talking thing.
She kind of says, now, or do you wish for Ryotaro and Heichi to be back?
Let's wait for everybody. Good idea.
Okay.
Carry on.
You head out into the garden. You make your way around to the part of the garden that you could see from that particular window of the library, and you can see off to one side, Kaito Shiro is actually on his knees doing a little bit of digging and tending of plants.
He's a servant, isn't he?
Yes.
Here he goes.
No, I shall actually step back and say, Xiaofan, maybe you should take the lead on this. I have to do.
Wow.
I have been known to be slightly
You
abrupt.
the lesser clan, go and deal with the little man.
No.
I say to him, yes, my Lord Peacock, and I leave.
No, I meant that you are better. You are more versed in talking to politely to people beneath us.
He's saying you're lower
Much
down the
more your
scale.
level. Much more your
He's
level.
saying you're lower down the scale.
Yeah, right.
He's saying he's not worthy of talking to him, but you are. Nice.
Just because my old clan consorts with thieves, beggars, and smugglers, right?
That's exactly what I meant.
Shut up and talk to the lower people.
Yeah. Takahiro saying that's exactly what I meant as he turned slightly red.
Yeah.
Pull him out. Pull him out.
I'll get my revenge later. Don't worry. Xiaofan approaches. Sorry, what did you say his name was?
Kaito Shiro.
Kaito.
So you know Shiro means castle.
Means castle.
But
yeah.
but he's
So his
Kaito.
I approach him and I say, "Good afternoon, Kaito Shiero. We are out."
He pauses. He turns to you, and then he bows down and he holds his head down.
Yeah. I let him do that for like a second, and then I go,
Yeah.
"There is no need for that."
I shall just whisper
we
to
are out-
Akihiro. That's why I suggested cheesebig. I would have left him on the floor in his right place.
You do sometimes forget yourself, brother, but hey, we're used to it.
And you have not yet grown into your station.
Xiaofan allows him to stand to where he's comfortable, basically.
He remains kneeling, but he's now looking at you.
Yeah. We are out admiring your lovely gardens. Have you always been the tender to this castle grounds?
I have, like my father and his father and his father.
Really, many
My
generations.
family has always, many generations have tended and have the honor of maintaining the grounds of Kitsune Koiden.
That is a great honor. You must know the grounds intimately, having such a vast generational knowledge. We were just looking for interesting places and areas that of specific points of beauty and interest. Is there anywhere that you would think of that springs to mind where we should visit?
I've always a fondness for the ponds, personally.
The ponds.
There is the arrangement of earth and water, stone and water, is very pleasing, and I take pride in that.
And so, just as a out of character note, this through the window, just where we're standing, or this sort of area, is where
Yeah.
the where Takahiro was looking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to again silently cast. So I've used up. I'm going to have to dip into my void here. The again by the light of Lord Moon to see if there's anything hidden whilst I'm talking to him.
What's the range on that? Not
This
huge. It's like
is
10-foot radius, isn't it?
It's a 20-foot radius, so 40-foot.
20-foot radius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's a 5 foot.
I can increase, and it is only a level 1 spell, so I could probably safely put
Yeah.
raises in. So I think
Yeah.
I will.
Don't forget, you can only put raises into your void rank, and
Yes.
you've only cast one spell today because this is the new day, so all your spell slots would have come back.
Yeah, but it takes 2 spell slots. So I cast a spell every day, so I automatically lose an air spell because I
Yeah.
automatically in the morning cast my shield spell, and then
Yeah.
I use 2 air spells to cast silently in the library. I'm about to cast another air spell which maxes my air out, and a void spell just to cast this silently now. That's the cost of
Yeah.
doing it silently, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
But I will put a void point. Actually, I'll put a free raise into it because I've got those orbs. I've got an air orb.
Yeah, you got the stones. Yeah.
Yep. So I'll put a free
Yeah.
raise in for an extra 5-foot radius, and then
Yeah.
a actual raise. So the target number I'm aiming for, I think, is 25.
So
Sorry, 20, because it's DC 10, isn't
20
it?
because it's a DC. Yeah, so it's target number 10.
Yeah.
One raise will give you target number 15, but you've got a free raise that doesn't
Free
increase
raise.
the target number. So, but
Okay,
that
so
free
that-
raise does not go against the number of raises you can put in of your void.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How daring do I want to be? I mean, my
You
spellcraft
do
is pretty.
durational area, so there's no point doing anything else other than the duration. I don't get the point of the duration unless you can move with it.
I
Yeah, you can
can.
move
That's
with
how
it.
I was doing it with in the library. I was moving around, and that's
Can
how I'd
move
done
it.
it before. But for the moment, because I'm talking with Kato, I'm just gonna do. No, I will do it for duration. I'll do 1 for duration and 2 for area. So my free one will go into duration. I'll do 2
Yeah.
for radius. So now it's a 30-foot radius around me, which is a fair size.
Yeah.
And my target number should now be 20.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay. I could have put way more in there. Never mind.
We're going to roll over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Two
then
mess-
again, I could have only put 1 more in there because I've only got 3 void points. So technically, I
Yeah,
could have only
right.
put 1 more raising. So
Yeah.
that was about as high as I was going to go. So yeah. So while
Um,
I'm talking to him, basically what I'm trying to do is any hidden things that I feel like, obviously anything that's buried is going to be hidden and things like that. I kind of want to have a conversation with him and sort of like lead him over and gauge his response to where I'm going almost.
Okay.
Does that make sense? As if
Yeah,
he might
yeah, it does.
have knowledge of where this prophecy might be, etc.
He doesn't get up from where he is, but he basically goes, there are various peaceful areas within the grounds. There's the pools over in that direction. There is a couple of shrines, one in that direction, and then there's a lesser shrine in that direction. And then there's the Zen garden as well. That's in the same direction. That's outside of the major shrine.
The major shrine. Who is the shrine to? Do you know? A fortune or one of the ancestors?
Both shrines are dedicated to Inari, and the major shrine has also got the is also where we hold all of the weddings and funerals and anything religious is held at the major shrine.
Do I know if the major shrine is where Ryotaro and Heichi have gone?
No, they went to a shrine outside of the castle grounds.
Gotcha.
They're on the way back. They're probably an hour away.
Okay. Do I? So obviously, I haven't pinged anything around us within the 30-foot radius.
No.
Okay. As he's pointing out these directions, then, and he's doing, I'm gonna make like almost subtle movements as if I'm about to head in each direction, as if I'm thinking about where I'm going. Like, where should I go next, sort of thing. And I want to kind of gauge his. I don't know, gauge his reaction as to. I suppose he doesn't really know what I'm looking for, does he? So I suppose he wouldn't be hiding it
No.
necessarily.
Unless it's the only thing that he's hiding, he might be hiding it. But if he is
he might.
yeah, he might be aware of something that it'll only be useful
Yeah.
if he's trying to hide something from us, and if he's not hiding anything, it's not going to give us any clue.
Yeah.
But
I will say
sure.
to him, the way you have kept these gardens is commendable, and you should be very proud of your work. Good
Thank you very much,
afternoon
Mistress.
to you. And I will I'm going to leave him and come back to the group, and give them the points of interest, but then also say to them, I'm not sure whether we wanted to directly outright ask him about what we're searching for. Do we think that's a good idea?
So whether we need to ask whether we should just ask him if he's been asked to bury something recently in the gardens or ever.
Or if he's spotted,
That's,
if he's come across somewhere where someone else has buried something.
Yeah, I mean, it might be that he's been asked to bury it. Somebody.
His honor
Don't
would
forget
Sorry.
don't forget the prophecy and the theft of the sword was about 3 generations ago.
But we're thinking more of like the actual prophecy pages is what we're thinking that he might have. Yeah.
Down. But like as Takahiro says, might be something that he's noticed, something disturbed or something place nobody ever goes, or
Yeah.
Just quickly, any of the places he said about underground?
He didn't mention it.
He
Didn't
didn't
mention
mention
anything.
it. To be honest, shrines are not typically underground, though. Well, I suppose it depends. Zen gardens unlikely to be underground, and ponds and pools aren't going to be underground.
No.
Yeah. Maybe one of the shrines is underground.
doesn't say underground; it's buried.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to think. I think in one of the prophecies we've read said something about underneath something.
Yeah, it's the information we don't know yet because the other two aren't there. I was being a bit cute.
There we go. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh,
The shrine beneath the castle.
yes. Okay. In that case, let's pick a direction. Pick a location. We could visit all of these things. I remember. Was the silent pools? Takahashi mentioned the silent pools, didn't you? About where the sword is going to. He mentioned ponds, though I feel that's somewhat anticlimactic if we go there and there's a sword in it.
Haven't we already ascertained that when we find the sword, it's in the Cinnamon Mori, which is not here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just don't know where to look in the Cinnamon Mori.
So we need to look in the silent pools in the Cinnamon Mori.
Okay, but we need to find out where the silent pools are. Yeah.
Well, in that case, let's rule out the pools or ponds area. If you were going to hide bits of a prophecy, where would you put it? Shrines are a good place. They are kept by the spirits. A Zen garden could be, but that is a place generally for clearing the mind, keeping of secrets.
Shrines would be better because pools tend to be more permanent and thicker. Like I'm guessing bricks and stuff, whereas maybe
Well, we don't know if we go the same. We don't know.
You've got water stuff, haven't you? I think the major shrine for me would be a prime candidate to bury something.
There is nothing around here that is hidden or buried, just so that you're all aware. Just as my spell winks out because it's been over 2 minutes.
We don't all have to go to the same place, so I just have a hunch about the Zen garden, so I'm going to go and look at the Zen garden.
Potentially one Shugenja with one person.
I'll go with Takahiro.
That was way too quick. I'll go with you, Akihiro.
Yeah,
simply because we were working together earlier.
Sure.
Okay.
No, Akihiro knows. No one likes being with him. It's fine. He's used to his own company.
I shall whisper to I shall
okay.
whisper to Xiaofan. I would have chosen the other way round. And then
Okay.
sorry, I'm just
Oh, you
being.
made me spit
Let's
out my
do.
drink.
Yeah, I did deliberately do it while you were taking your drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Let's do Akihiro and Xiaofan.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, that's the point. We have. Oh no, wait. Did they say they were going to the Zen Garden?
We're going to have Zen Garden
Yes.
first.
Yes.
Okay. We'll choose one of the shrines then, maybe. I said to Akihiro, which one, lesser or the more prominent?
Well, if something wants to stay hidden, it's probably best hidden in an area it's not so well used. I'd probably go to the lesser shrine.
Lesser shrine. I think that's wise. Let's go. So we start headed in the direction that the groundskeeper had indicated.
So
if it's easy
it
to
leads
get to.
off. He punches you in a rough direction, and you start following these paths, and you start going into deeper into like the wooded areas, where it's a lot denser. It's still maintained, but it's obviously not as cultivated. It's more of the wild area, as opposed to the more manicured areas nearer the castle. This is a small shrine to Inari. It is off the beaten path. So even though there's a path that leads to it, it's not one that is obviously well travelled. The crushed stone of the path isn't as compacted as much, and you're led slightly. The path leads you into this small shrine. It's barely big enough for two people to be under the roof, where you've got the statue to Inari with Kitsune's at his feet. And obviously the bowl of rice. There is a bowl of rice there, and a bottle of sake.
I think I'll before I start like looking around, poking around, and things like that. Xiaofan's going to kneel at the shrine and just do a small ritual of acknowledgement to Inari, and also to the Kitsune. She gives her thanks for the bounty of their purview, that sort of thing, and leaves. I'm gonna, if it's all right to say, can I leave a gift of a very fine feather that I've seen or found?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that I just sort of carry with me, little trinkets occasionally. So I take out of my robe a very nice looking pure white feather and leave it on the shrine in front of Inari, and give my thanks, and then sort of stand and say to Akihiro, I'm not sure where we should start really, shrine. Perhaps we should just start looking around.
Yeah, perhaps we're not sure how long ago these pieces of scroll were hidden, so I suppose a gross search of disturbed ground would be, if we're looking for something buried, would be the first start, and then perhaps look a little bit more selectively after that. Just quickly, what do you hope to gain by what you've just done?
What do you mean?
The offering,
Oh, well, it's She kind of looks at him a little weirdly. I suppose it's like, the easy answer would be to give thanks to a spirit so that it becomes aware of your presence.
It's a
It hears
bribe
its.
then.
Say again.
It's a bribe then.
A bribe? No, absolutely not. A bribe would be in our lands. We have different castes. Obviously, we are samurai, and there is the hinin and the hemin. And of course, above us is the royal family, the and the emperor. In a land, say the Boar lands, the daimyo is the one in charge, and the himin and the hinin serve him and all of his people. To not be cast out or not be to be under his safety, to be under his protection, they give rent and payment to be classed one of the people of the land. It's I think of it mostly like that. I am asking for Anari's protection, but I am also asking for her attention. She does not have to give it to me. I am not demanding her attention. Just hoping that my gift to her, that my offering is enough to catch her attention, that she may bless me and give me more of her power, her luck, whatever it is that she has that she may offer. I would not dare bribe a god or no. What do we call them, Tom? They're not gods, are they?
Fortunes.
Fortunes. I would never bribe a fortune. It is to tempt fate directly.
Just, you should not limit your own potential by what others feel they should give you. Everyone has got it within themselves to make the ultimate enlightenment. It's sorry.
No. This is interesting. I think this is the most I've ever heard you speak about it. You obviously have very different views to what we have all been brought up with. Is this what you have been brought up with?
I don't want to cast any shadow over my family. These are learnings that I've come by. And I look around me in our group and I see great potential that is being limited by what they feel they're due or not, rather than what they personally can achieve by focusing on what they can do, not what others feel they can do.
Xiaofan sort of doesn't respond right away. She genuinely seems like she's thinking about it. And she says, I don't think that it would cast any shadow upon your family to have said whether or not this frame of thinking came from them. I understand that our society, our culture does not allow for great variation. Some could say it is quite narrow in its direction. But
trust me when I say it can lead to dishonor.
So can all actions.
Let us say that I've had a different upbringing to others, and many misunderstand my differences as just my awkwardness. But it's more me trying to square my feelings with those around me, who I'm honoured to be in this company. But it feels that there is great potential here that may not be bound because others seem to only take what they think is due them, rather than striving for greater success from their own ability, their own skills.
I understand.
You shouldn't limit yourself to what others tell you can or can't do.
Well, if there's anybody that understands that more than most, it is a member of the Tortoise Clan, ex-member of the Tortoise Clan. And perhaps at another time when we are ready for a long story, I will tell you some of the history of the Tortoise Clan and how we do not fit the mold of others, the structure of our society. But yes, I see
Sorry,
your point.
I distract us from
understand.
our.
Yes. For now, let's hope that Inari has only just turned her attention towards us.
Yeah, and accepted your bribe. So let's get going.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're looking for I think Xiaofan is looking for any kind of, in movies where things are hidden, like secret treasures, and there's always like a small mark on a stone somewhere that marks where it might have been buried, that sort of thing. Xiaofan's looking for that, or any indication of a burying. You are muted, Tom.
Yeah. What is this cross on the floor?
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, give me an investigation roll.
Let's do this.
I'm going to head off, guys.
All right.
Night.
Individual one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it works out.
Or
You
you
get more
can-
dice that way.
It's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, guys, I'll leave the camera on.
Thanks, mate.
Okay.
Night, mate. Have a good
Night.
No, dude.
It's only 30 for
Oh,
me.
Jesus.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn.
There is the stones of the shrine are actually very well fitted together. You do notice that there is one that slightly stands out to you. Do you want to touch it or flip it or just point it out?
Is there anybody around us?
No.
I point it out to Akihiro and see what he does.
Oh, he just walks over and turns it over. It's
Yep. Hey, if there's any dishonor happening to the fortunes, Xiaofan didn't do it. I merely pointed it out to the heretic.
Yeah. There is on the when you flip it when you pick it up and flip it over, there is you notice there is a paw print on the ground beneath it of a fox. Say a fox's paw print. But when you flip the actual stone over, you see carved to the underside of the stone there is a riddle.
Yes.
Okay. I will give you the riddle. Then I'm going to let you let people think about it.
Yep.
And then we're going to flip over to Ryutaru and Heichi.
Okay.
Oh, say Heichi's just going for a quick bio break. No problem. Okay, so the riddle is: fox's footsteps leave no trace, silent as the wind's embrace. Blade drawn forth in darkest night, one step wrong, a deadly fight. What binds the fox, the blade, the beast? A thought, a word to never cease.
Thank you.
There you go.
I will. Fox's footsteps leave no trace.
Just to be clear, this was underneath a stone. This is carved on the bottom of a stone at the minor shrine.
Yep. Correct. And there is a fox's paw print carved into the stone underneath that particular flag.
This is very good. I will make a copy, if possible, because we're not going to take the stone with us, I'm assuming. I want to take out what would feasibly I be likely to have on me as a Shugenja? Like I've in my pack,
you would have
things like charcoal and
yeah, absolutely.
Can I just literally take a piece of paper and charcoal and do a rubbing?
Yeah,
rather than
absolutely.
Fold it up, quickly stuff it in my pocket, put it back. Xiaofan does seem like she has definitely like got Akihiro to do the whole, see what Akihiro does, because then she can't be responsible thing. But she is definitely uneasy about the idea that she's sort of hurriedly okay, let's put it back. It's just like we never touched it, and sort of giving the sort of it doesn't get past her that Akihiro what Akihiro has said, and she's kind of thinking about it now, and she's going, actually, do you know what? I am a little bit beholden to these fortunes, but at the same time, let's not piss them off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we'll leave you guys returning.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a quick thing with Andy, and then when Ben gets back, we'll flip over to Ryotaro and Heichi. Okay.
Okay.
So Takahiro, you and Takahashi make a approach the Zen Garden. It is beautiful. You definitely have this appreciation of it being from the Crane Clan originally.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fantastic, tranquil, peaceful, beautiful garden. The people who maintain it and design it know what they are doing. They have the right mentality and artistry and spirituality to keep this. It is got to one side of the garden. It is got a cherry tree that's giving shade to part of the garden. It is the actual garden itself isn't sand; it is small stones, mainly like grey in color, but you can see red stones going through it and red veins going through it, and the red give more of a feeling to where the placement of the larger stones are. This is a beautiful place, and it would not look out of place in any of the Crane lands that you have visited.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I want to just study the pattern. I'm just looking for anything that just seems out of place with how I would lay something. I'm no expert, but with ones I've seen before, is there anything that looks strange in the layout or something that's sort of
You can
is there a
give
pattern
me
that's trying to put? Sorry,
you
say
can
again?
give me an investigation or a investigation or a meditation roll for this.
No, I don't have meditation. So everyone else was saying before about my character meditating. It was divination, not meditation. But just people misremembering.
Yeah, I know.
No, I know. Just right.
Yeah.
Click for everyone else.
Yeah.
I will do an investigation check.
Go for it. 41. No, there is nothing that actually screams out to you that you appreciate the beauty and the artistry of this, but there's nothing that stands out to you in any way, shape, or form. This is going to take you a good 10-15 minutes of investigation and looking around, moving around. You do get the sense of peace and tranquility in this place.
Okay. I was just say,
Yeah.
just before you cut away the others, unless Takahashi wants to do anything, obviously Ken's not here. My intention is then to go to the pools, and I want to study the pool in case there is something physically hidden in the water. Was my next thought. But so that's
Sure.
but move to the
You can give
do
me
the others.
Well, actually, if you do that quick, like doing a quick investigation there, then they will have returned to the castle at that point.
So just do another
after your
investigation check of looking at the pool.
You can, yeah.
31. I'm assuming nothing.
31. Again, you don't quite get the full sense of tranquility and peace that you do at the Zen Garden, but you get a similar feeling.
Okay.
This is it's obviously laid out for talks and meditation and so on. Again, wouldn't look out of place at any of the Crane lands that you've been to.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Ryotaro and Heichi.
Yes.
You have now made it back with the box. I can't remember if I gave you a description of the box.
A basic one, I think, but if you want to run over it again on that one.
Yeah, so it's a fairly plain wooden box, and it does have a sheath of rice inlaid into the top. But that's it. You haven't opened it.
The statue of the
Fumiko.
woman was holding a sheath of rice, wasn't she?
Yes.
So what's the significance of that? Is it part of her story, or is it a common symbol?
Rice is the symbol of Inari, who is the fortune of rice, and like providence and food and good feelings.
Okay.
Okay. You do rock up back to the castle, and you are pointing in the direction of the gardens where they were last seen. You're going to have an amazing stroke of luck in that as you are entering the gardens, Xiaofan and Akihiro are returning from the woods. Takahashi and Akihiro are returning from the Zen Garden and the and the pools. Amazing coincidence, this. Yeah, exactly.
Xiaofan says, what a surprising stroke of fortune, and she kind of elbows Akihiro.
Yeah. They are back before you were expecting them to be back by a good couple of hours.
Oh, what, the Heichi and Ryotaro?
And Ryotaro, yes.
Did everything go?
I think
okay?
before we get back there, we'd have had a conversation, Ryotaro, about what you want to do with the box, whether you want to present it unopened to your betrothed for it's her Genpuku, or do you want to be the one to open it, or do you want us to thoroughly investigate it before we
But
inform
it's
her.
not
or-
ours to open, really, is it?
Indeed, that's sort of what I was thinking. But I thought I'd leave the decision with you.
No, I still hold to it's not ours to open.
Very well.
And congratulations, you're all together again.
Hey.
We
And you two are carrying a
Yeah.
box. How big? Is this obvious you're carrying a box?
I mean, it's big enough to contain a scroll, so it's not huge. It's probably about 8 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches.
So is it
pencil
visible
box.
or is it tucked away?
Yeah.
Up to you two.
And if it's visible, who's carrying it?
I think you should have it.
Yeah, I'll be holding it.
Dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
What is that you have
Chief of
found,
arrows.
Everybody.
Ryotaro?
Heichi found it. It's, I believe, part of the clue for the finding the sword. We're just going to take it to Ryoshi.
There was a riddle from the attendant. I wonder whether we should
Yes,
repeat that.
The attendant of the shrine you went to.
The monk, yes. Unfortunately, he'd taken a vow of silence, and therefore there was
That's what
some
I
time
heard.
spent. Yes, there was some time spent deciphering his language of
Ah.
sign. What I believe his answer to my questions was is as follows: the shrine beneath the castle, protected by the humble hands that serve. When shadow steals the fox's breath and the roots tremble with fear, the blade shall wake for one who walks both paths, honor and guile, mercy and steel. The silent watcher shall guide them, and the humble shall grant them passage. Only when wisdom tempers fury shall the fang of the fox strike true.
I've got written down that the first part of that is the answer to the riddle. Is the second part what's written on the scroll in the box, or is that something we don't know yet?
I don't know. I just read it all out. Have I
No, so you haven't opened
jammed two bits together?
yeah, you haven't opened the box.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we haven't got the second part.
No, the second part is almost what he told you. It's
Sign.
it's almost kind of like a prophecy, a koan,
Yeah.
like a riddle type thing, to help you on your path.
Very well.
We also found what appears to be a riddle. Perhaps we should bring this all to Ryoshi before we start discussing too openly any further. And because I'm keen to see what she has any insight about all of this. And obviously, this is her Genpuko, so we probably shouldn't be making too many connections without her. Where do we know where she is? Is she still in the library or somewhere else?
She's in the castle, but you can easily get somebody to find her
And
or find out where she is.
I'm not sure I know this in character, I've forgotten, but also doesn't that mean her bodyguard will be there and that's someone else we want to talk to?
Yes.
Yeah, Dero will be in the area, yes, because he has been her shadow.
Let's go find our good friend.
Well, let
we aren't-
let Ryutaru take the lead as
Yeah.
he is her betrothed.
Oh, I was thinking because he's a good hunter. She says, tongue in cheek.
You lot tried to tease me so.
I can't help it. So easy to tease.
So
Only the way I was
after asking
thinking.
around a little bit, you're all told that Ryoshi is in a study room that's overlooking another part of the grounds.
Okay.
Which
Cool.
you can be led to quite easily. Dero is at the door, but the door is open, so he can still see in and keep an eye on Ryoshi. But she's kneeling in front of a small table, and she is going through scrolls that are on the table. When he notices you, he looks at you, nods, and raises his eyebrows in question. You here to see Ryoshi-sama?
Yes, we are. Is she
Give me
available
a
to
second.
be spoken to?
I will just check. He heads in, kneels behind her, and talks softly to her. Then she nods to him and starts putting the scrolls together as he gets up and comes back and goes, Ryoshi-sama will be more than happy to speak to you. And she turns around as you all enter. Ah, hello. How are we today?
We are
Ryutaru,
good.
it is a pleasure to see you.
It's a pleasure to see you as always. We have found, well, I have a gift of you of something we have found which we believe may help your Genpuku. And I offer out the box.
Oh, thank you very much. I was obviously right in asking for help from you and your clanmate. She looks at the box in your that you pass over to her, and she goes to open it, but it seems to be locked somehow. Okay. Let me just make a quick roll for her.
Sorry, let me just get
Yeah.
out my lockpicks.
Yeah, no.
Wrong kind of rogue. Wrong kind of rogue.
Wrong kind, yes. Skill.
Isn't it just the sleight of hand skill to pick locks? Because
Yeah.
I sort of imagined that Xiaofan had that.
I don't. Not trained in sleight of hand. I'm not a thief.
Okay.
This is the second time you've insulted me
Yeah.
This was strictly
today.
that was strictly out of
Yeah,
this was strictly out of
yeah,
character.
I know.
Welcome to Takahiro.
She frowns slightly, and Xiaofan and Takahashi can see that she's muttering under her breath. Everybody can see that she's muttering under her breath. But Xiaofan, you get a sense that she's actually casting a spell. And what she then looks at you and goes, Dero, can you ask somebody to get me some sake or some rice, please? I believe this is sealed with Inari's blessing, so we should make an offering to Inari. Unless any of you have got any sake on you.
Everyone looks at
Look at Ryotaro.
Everyone looks at Ryotaro, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The drunkard. We probably shouldn't give that away.
This is my compulsion kicking in as well here.
Yep.
God's sake. I fail, so no.
Oh, okay.
That was crap.
Yeah. In that case, Diro steps out of the room quick for about 30 seconds or so, and comes back and says, one of the maids will be bringing some rice and sake directly. How did you come across this? Diro was asking.
You say Diro was asking?
Diro was asking this. Yeah, how did you come across this?
Heichi was chatting to one of them, the monk who's taken the silent vow out in one of the shrines, and somehow solved a riddle, and was allowed to find this. Within the shrine.
We did not think to leave the castle, milady. We thought to remain here. Ryoshi goes, it shows that people, asking people to help gives different ways of thinking. So there's obviously helped us. As when the maid brings like a tray with a small bowl of rice, a sake bottle and a cup, Ryoshi takes the lead and actually gives an offering to Inari, invokes his blessing, and there is a faint crack in sound. And then she raises up the lid of the box, and inside the box there is another scroll. Let me just... this one. It's going to be put in all of your things. So it's now in all of your handouts. And is that come up?
Hasn't come up.
Isn't in my list to it's not with the other two scrolls.
Yeah.
What's it called, Tom?
Oh, wait a minute.
Multipliers.
Those save changes.
It's going to be like
Let's save.
Fumiko with the M capitalized.
Big, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends if it's
It's,
part
it's
3
not
we
with the
found.
M bigger. It's not with the M. It's actually with the
Oh.
I big.
Oh, we're
That
missing
should
one.
have come
Well,
up.
that might be ours actually.
Yeah.
Oh my
Or
god, does that mean
So,
there's 6 parts to this?
Yeah, of course. Have you not figured that bit out?
No, I hadn't actually, no.
He's too busy working out how many seasons in 9 years, 9 generations.
Oh yeah. I mean, he got
I did
there.
the complicated maths, not the simple one.
Okay. Is that visible?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Are you sharing it on the right
Okay.
one?
Oh yeah, are you on
No,
the...
I'm not. Good point. Very good point. Well done, that man.
That's so funny.
There we go. This is the problem with having to have 2 different ways of doing it. There
I'm
we go.
sending it to you guys.
Save
I don't know how else
changes.
to do it.
There you go. Show
Yep.
players. Has that now popped up? Fantastic.
Yep.
So this reads, by starlight shall the seeker walk, through the shadows cast by sacred fire. Past trials 3 times 3 in count, each test lifting them ever higher. But mark these words with the gravest care. The scroll and sword must stay as one. For should the darkness be unleashed, all the regard would come undone. In realms where spirit foxes dwell, behind the veils of mortal sight, the blade stands guard eternal now against the coming of the night. This is a slightly different paper, and when you check it against the other two pieces that she's got, it doesn't match up. This is actually torn and slightly burnt around it, whereas the other two just seem to be a scroll ripped.
Hmm. Does it look to be the same handwriting?
Yes,
And
that's an
does it
easy one to
appear to
compare.
be roughly about the same time that it would have been written? Like the age of the paper, that sort of thing, the worn of the...
You would guess so, but there's no way of knowing for sure.
Oh, gotcha. You mean I don't have a CSI kit on me? Well,
No,
that's
exactly.
outrageous.
You know, you don't have a thing for detecting
Right, well,
age and things like that.
Yeah, I don't have a carbon data on me. Okay.
Nope. You might have a spell that does it though, but
Oh yeah, technically, but I'm running low.
yeah,
Ryoshi-san, Sana,
Sama.
Sama, we, Akihiro and myself also found a riddle in the lesser shrine of Inari in the castle grounds. I don't know whether this will. This it seems like it will lead you perhaps to another portion of the prophecy, but does not appear to be any part of the prophecy itself. I don't believe so anyway. But here, and she hands over the rubbing of the what we had found.
Yep. I don't have a handout of that because I forgot to do it, but obviously you've got the
Yeah, I've got the thing,
text
so,
of that in the chat.
which is I've also got it written down now as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the view that we're probably gonna pick up next week with this conversation, but I don't know if you wanted to continue with it.
I have
We can continue for a bit more.
one
Okay.
question. So,
Uh-huh.
Heichi and Ryotaro, you say that the monk, the answer to his riddle, started the shrine beneath the castle protected by the humble hands that serve. And Xiaofan and Akihiro, you found something at a shrine. Was that shrine beneath the castle?
No,
No.
It's in the woods.
Okay.
Was it south of the castle, though? Could I make a check on that? Thinking about that?
Sure. Just give me a straight survival or hunting roll to get direction.
I see
When,
what you're going for, Kyle. Clever.
I think a 37
30.
should give me some.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is. It is to the south.
So technically, yes, it is below the castle.
So that may lead that riddle. The answer to that riddle may lead to that shrine. I don't know. I could be guessing. It could be it's conjecture. But I'm possibly looking for patterns where there aren't. But
Yes. I think all of the information we have should be collated together. We should also mention potentially about the other location we think there might be something after your divination, Takahiro.
well, my divination led to your research. So why don't you explain?
Well, that was the that was the gardens.
No, my
That was
first bit.
the one of the places in the garden.
The
Was
first
the
bit.
dojo? Oh, I see. I see.
Yes.
I sort of talking with the group, obviously.
Yeah.
And we said the dojo of the Silent Strike, and sort of looking towards Dero to see whether he sort of recognizes or shows any indication that, like,
He
sort of thing.
nods. Yeah, he nods in
We-
recognition.
We thought potentially that because of some of the indication of some of the riddles that we've received that are in these prophecies, indicated a place of fighting or challenge trials. I can't remember exactly until we have all the pieces in front of us, but it made me think of the dojo of the Silent Strike when Takahiro was doing his divination. It seemed to be that the spirits, perhaps the Kitsune, were guiding him towards myself whilst I was doing research into the dojo, which we think, for no other reason that I have no particular connection to this quest other than what I was researching at the time. We think that the dojo might be a place for another portion of the prophecy.
Takahashi pipes up and says, "It's said that the school would lead to the silent
That was
pools."
That was it. The school. That's why we thought of it. So perhaps the silent pools is, we believe, to be in the Cinnamon Forest, where again we believe that the sword may be. But we should definitely visit the dojo, and we assume, Dero-sama, that you would know where this dojo is. Perhaps could take us there. And
I
believe
know.
you have a sparring session, and she looks towards Akihiro.
I know where the dojo is. It is one of the places that I have trained. I trained with them, and I've also trained with my beginnings were with the Dragonfly, but I was invited to the Silent Strike after I returned, which has built on my skills.
Know much of the history of the dojo. I have some from my research in the library.
I know some, but Sensei Sayomi will actually know more. She is the keeper of the dojo and the sensei of the school.
Are we permitted to go and visit there?
Yes, that's probably a good idea to ask.
Ryoshi actually perhaps says, "I think that's a fine idea, and I think that we should all go there."
I'll happily escort you.
At some point. Thank you very much. We should all go there at some point to speak to Sensei Sayomi. I'm also intrigued by the smaller shrine. It's not something that I am fully aware of, to be honest with you. But I suppose Kaito Shiro will actually be able to give more information, maybe. He's the groundsman. I'm not sure if you've been introduced.
We met him actually. This is how we gained the location of particular areas of interest. I thought he would be knowledgeable of the land, seeing as him and his and well, many generations now have served your family in the castle. The shrine is
It was
lovely.
a good thought.
This, I don't know if this riddle I sort of turned to Ryotaro and Heichi. You said you heard a riddle. I say heard from a silent monk. You gained a riddle, and it led you to the part of the prophecy at its location. You didn't have to go far.
Indeed.
He, yeah, solved his riddle and was allowed to inspect the statue, which had this box hidden.
Then perhaps the site of where we found this riddle could potentially be, or the answer to this riddle may be somewhere around the area where we found it. So around the thing. It says here in this riddle, blades drawn forth in the darkest night. The only thing I can think of in darkest night is when perhaps there is an eclipse. Sorry, not an eclipse. A new moon. Do we know where we are in the celestial cycle?
You are just left the full moon, so it
Just
is
left
it
the
is
full moon, so
it
like
is waning.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it is
roughly.
waning.
A while, if that is what it is indicating. I might be wrong. Also, deadly faint sounds ominous.
Not a bad thought.
Hmm.
But it is, Ryoshi actually says, but it is not giving a time as such. It is asking what binds the fox, the blade, the beast. Something that never ceases. And I think that's a good place to leave it.
Okay.
It's good to me.
So, thank you very much, folks. Andy, our tech person, has disappeared for a second, but I'm sure he will cut us off at some point.
He's back.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Perfect time, Mr. Andy. As we've said, that this is a good place to leave it for the evening.
Okay, should we say goodbye then?
We
And I'll stop
shall
recording.
see. Yeah, we'll say goodbye to everybody. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, folks. Bye.